So in today's video, we're going to go over a general review of how to access and choose which type of reports you might want to run. So when you start out and you're logged into Acculynx, you're going to start here on your dashboard page. You're simply going to hover over the Reports Plus toolbar and then choose Report Library. This is going to show you all of the reports that you currently have access to. I'm going to just give you a brief review of this sort of portal right here. The title of the report is pretty self-explanatory. You can also click on the description drop down to give you a brief description of what that report is going to be able to show you. Keep in mind, if the owner of that report is Acculynx, these are the preset reports that come with the Acculynx program, and so we'll have to sort of edit those to the functionalities that we need for JTech specifically. But keep in mind, if you look at this owner column, there's three types of ownership. Acculynx, which again are the set reports that are included with the program. Then you have company reports, as shown here, which are accessible to everybody within the JTech company specifically and have been made by somebody at JTech. And then you might also see these My Report boxes, which are going to only show basically the reports that you yourself have created within Acculynx. So it's possible you may not have any of these My Reports, and that's okay. We're going to go over how you can create them if needed later on in this video. Then you also have the created date, and this might help if you accidentally make several copies. You can sort this list from oldest to newest, as you can see here, which just might help you figure out which report you were just editing. Then you have whether or not the report was edited. Again, if it's an Acculynx report, then it's not going to be edited. If it's a company or My Report, then you'll see the date that you've last edited that report or that the last person touched it. Also, you have the shared column. If this symbol is highlighted in green, that means that you have shared this report with someone else within our company, and I'll show you how to do that here in a minute. And then if it's blue, that means it's been shared with you by somebody else in the company. So for example, Tim Hyatt made this report and it was shared with me by him. And then you can also star reports as favorites, but we really don't have that many, so that's not a super useful tool here in this portal. Now, there's two different ways you can access a report. You could simply click on the report, the white spot in the report, and that's just going to open it up. Let me go back here. Or you could click on the three dots next to the report and hit View Report. Either way is going to bring you to the same, to the actual report that you're trying to look at. So those are your accessible ways to do that. Let's note some other things you can do on these three dots. You can schedule a report, which means you can send it to other members of the company and schedule that to happen at specific times. As you see, you just choose the report, and then you can either add individuals or add specific roles within the company. So that's kind of a cool tool. What else? Again, marking as favorite you can do here, but you can also do that in this column. You can hide the report if it's just not something that you normally need. And if you do that, make sure that you understand that you're not going to see it unless you go back and select hidden reports. So just keep that in mind. You can always hit cancel if you made a mistake and didn't mean to click that. The next tool is going to be copy as My Report. This is really great, especially for company reports like this, where you don't really want to be editing the company report. That's going to change what everyone can see. So if you want to personalize a report, then the best way to do that would be to go ahead and choose the report, copy as My Report. That'll pull up this sort of toolbox here where you can rename it. So if you want to be more specific with your name, and then maybe edit the description to show exactly what you're going to try and have within that report. Then you would hit copy, and that thing is then going to show up as a My Report for you on the overall list. So then when you go in to edit your version of that company report, you can save those changes, and that way you'll just have an easily accessed report at that point. And then the last thing is if you want to just delete, if you made a mistake or you don't really need the report, then you can delete that pretty easily. This looks a little intimidating, but it's just saying once you hit delete, it's gone, and that's okay. Then the last thing is if you want to make something a company report, I don't really recommend doing that unless you've spoken with the general manager or the head of production to see if it's a necessary thing for everyone in the company to see. So that's kind of a brief overview here. Other than the description, keep in mind there are these various icons over here, and you'll see there's about 4 different types of icons, and this is just going to basically show what type of report it is, what different information is naturally available in it, but you can edit most of these things in any case. And then if you see JTech Construction plus one more, which you can click on here, this is just showing you that this particular report is pulling information from both JTech Construction and JTech Construction Tri-Cities, whereas if you don't have the highest access level and you're going into just a normal report, you're only going to have the option to be pulling the report for whatever portal you're currently logged into. So for example, if you clicked on JTech Construction Tri-Cities, you would have to go back into that reporting section, and you would have different reports accessible here. So just keep that in mind when you're looking through those, that might throw you off a little bit. But that's pretty much a recap of this screen. And in the next video, I'll break down a bit more specific information on certain reports and how to edit those to your needs.